So there's been a little bit of a conversation lately about Epic Games taking off, or at least like not, maybe just, I don't know if it's this year or I don't know if it's going to be moving forward with Epic Games not doing anything for Rainbow Royale. And by the time you're seeing this video, I'm not sure if there's already going to be an update. I'm hoping that we don't have any update on maybe, hey guys, we forgot about Rainbow Royale. And then this video ended up being useless after that, but it seems like Epic Games isn't doing anything for Rainbow Royale. They've been doing stuff since, I believe, either 2019 or 2020. It's definitely not later than 2020. Every single year, they've been giving out free cosmetics. Maybe I'm misremembering it, but for some reason I thought that I was seeing a creative map somewhere about it. But regardless, we're going to talk about Rainbow Royale. We're going to get what the community has to say about this in general as well. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with my YouTube channel. So, to be honest with you guys, I don't think that this entire conversation is one that's like really that deep, because my thoughts on this are pretty simple, and I always have to be careful when we're talking about stuff like this because a lot of things can get taken out of context. All I ask is that what I'm about to say, I'm looking at this from like a worldly perspective, okay? Because what I'm about to say is something to the extent of a company doesn't care about this type of thing, okay? Please do not take that and just say, Clen doesn't care about this types of things. Clen hates everybody. I just need you to be a respectable human being for a minute and not try to do that to somebody, because I put a lot of work into this channel and that's the last thing that I need like going around about me, okay? I'm keeping like, I'm going to look at this as objectively as I possibly can. And here is what not a lot of people are ready to hear about this, okay? And I understand that some people have been acknowledging it, especially since Epic Games hasn't done anything for Rainbow Royale. They don't care. Epic Games doesn't care. Companies don't care. And it's not like to say like, oh my god, it's evil Tim Sweeney, and oh my god, it's just evil Epic Games doing what Epic Games usually does. Companies in general do not care about these types of things. Yeah, they make free cosmetics all the time, which honestly, they probably lose money just making cosmetics and then giving them away for free. It's still like, I know Epic Games has done nice things in the past, and dude, one of my favorite cosmetics ever is like I know it was meant to be Rainbow Royale, but the way I look at it is like the SpongeBob, like the imagination. You know what emote that I'm talking about? I still use that one to this day. And was the dip one too? Was the dip a Rainbow Royale emote? I think it was. Regardless, like that was a great emote too. I love that emote. I use it all of the time, okay? But it's a little surprising to me that Epic Games did something like in general for it. I could see like if Donald Mustard was still around, I would imagine Donald Mustard cares enough to do it, because Donald Mustard did have that influence. But now, especially because Donald Mustard's gone, the companies don't care. They never cared. And one of two things is always happening when it comes to company, you know, showing support for these types of things. One, they feel like they have to because they do not want to deal with anybody. And again, I'm looking at this from as objectively as I possibly can, okay? Because if a company or a live service game doesn't do these types of things, it would be like, oh my god, Epic Games hates everybody. Epic Games this, Epic Games that, and they probably wouldn't want to deal with that PR, so they're probably like, here's your cosmetics, here you go, it's free, okay? And I understand looking at that and saying like, oh my god, well that's disrespectful, Epic Games, what are they doing, looking down on us? I totally understand if you're somebody who gets pissed off by something like that, but you have to acknowledge that the community would make a lot of noise, and quite frankly, I'm very surprised that this year we haven't seen like a ton of just like how evil and homophobic Epic Games is, that type of stuff. I'm surprised. Like, I know we've seen a little bit of it, but I thought it would be a little bit more. But historically, you know, not attacks, but enough noise would have been made that Epic Games probably didn't want to deal with. So Epic Games is going to be like, here's your cosmetics. Or two, and this is how every company feels about these types of things, because you can't realistically think about the company like the people at the top of a company like Epic Games thinking like, oh yeah, we need to show compassion right now. No, they just, at every company, whether it's a clothing brand, whether it's Epic Games, whether it's anything under the sun, they just participate in these types of things to make people happy and make a profit off of it. Do you really think that the people running all of these billion-dollar companies care about February, June, Rainbow Royale, whatever it is? Do you really think that they care? And again, it'd be nice if everybody cared about everything and everybody could be happy. We get the cosmetics, you know what I mean? Again, I'm just looking at this from a lens of reality over here. They do not, and they never have cared about these types of things. And while I am shocked that they just like, oh, we're not doing anything this time around, it's not surprising. They never cared. And it was one of those two things that I just mentioned, that the reason that why Rainbow Royale was even a thing in the first place. Are there devs that care about this type of stuff? Absolutely. 100%. Do I think Donald Mustard would care about these types of things? 100% I do. But it's not shocking right now that with Donald Mustard taking off, Epic Games is just running things more like a company now. Well, the companies are doing these types of things, but you get my point. They just don't care. But of course, it's not just about what I think. I wanted to get what the Fortnite community had to say about this as well. As it's been on screen right now, I ended up posting this. With Epic seemingly skipping out of Rainbow Royale this year, there's been a lot to talk about it, so we'll touch on this in a video. Do you have any thoughts? Drop them below and I will include some replies. Thank you for your time. If you would like to join the conversation, follow me over at Clen YouTube, or you can check out the link tree at the top of the description or the direct link to X within the description down below. Like and subscribe if you have not already. There's quite a bit to take a look at. We're taking replies from both myself and the Explore page. This is a topic that hit the Explore page, so I'm excited, man. Let's see what Joseph Mohammed had to say, okay? It's sad that they abandoned this. In my opinion, I love the event with the rewards and the main theme of it all. I guess of why they abandoned this is very political. This is another thing that I don't know how I feel about this, because a lot of people have been talking about the current administration over the US, and obviously, like, we've seen, you know, to put it very lightly, we've seen the world, you know, change a little bit. And I think that might have to be a conversation for another time, because one, I don't want to really dive into, like, you know, the administration at power right now, because, you know, as Joseph Mohammed said, it's getting it's a little extra political. Sorry, I'm trying to dance around my words for this video, and people have been definitely using some very interesting language in a lot of the Explore topics that we had to talk about over here. It's just with topics like this, we have to be pretty careful, to be honest with you. I'd have to really sit down and think on whether or not who's in power right now actually has any sort of effect on, like, what kind of decisions companies are making. I don't know. It could be one of those things we're looking a little too deep into it. I think it's a conversation for another time, and honestly, I have mixed feelings on the subject, so we're just going to continue on, okay? It's not that serious. I'm gay myself, and I seriously will never understand why the hell you people want this so badly when it's just a few cosmetics that you'll never use anyways. I understand what people are going to come back and say to that. It's just like, okay, it's just, hey, we were thinking about you. But I also understand the opinions like this, where it's like, to be honest with you, like, what is there to, if I want to put myself into it, what is there to really celebrate me for? Like, I don't know. I don't need any sort of celebration. I think that a lot of people go through life like this person over here. I'm gay myself, and I will never understand why people want this so badly. I wouldn't ever, besides like an icon skin one day, that'd be sick, but that's like a that's like a crazy, like, accomplishment when it comes to a content creator thing. I don't know, man. I walk through life, I look at people as individuals. I don't look at anybody being special. That's how I kind of feel about it. And I would imagine that's what this guy is kind of getting at. But I know on the other side of the coin, there's going to be a lot of people talking about how, like, it's nice to be considered. Hey, we acknowledge your presence. But I understand, like, that some people might say, and I would never in a million years ever suggest such a thing, but it's like, why is any particular type of person special? You know? It's just, it's a very, very difficult conversation to have. Everybody's favorite metaverse supporter, Cyan, had this to say: Rainbow Royale was the only done because it made Epic Games money. Every single company only did these types of celebrations because it made them money. It was a false representation of, oh, we care about you guys. Companies don't give a crap about any of us. They see you as a big money bag, and that's it. So thank God we're getting things less. Wow! So I can't believe you know what, Cyan, I can't believe he posted that. So thank God we're getting less things like this. If the care is made to manipulate you and take advantage of you, better for it to not even exist. Oh. Okay. Whew. I know that Cyan is just saying this because it's like anything like to dog on Epic Games right now. I know where Cyan's brain is at, and it's like hate Epic Games. I guess the broken clock is right twice a day, Cyan. Are you watching this video? He said it right here, man. It was a false representation of, oh, we care about you guys. That's what it always has been. That's the way that I should have put it. What's Cyan say over here? Same crap as Disney, etc. Right when they saw these things, they don't make them money anymore. They got rid of them all. Which is why I'm against companies doing these events, because it's fake as fuck and it creeps me out. You know? What is there to say? What is there to say? Most people could probably see through what Epic Games is doing. It's a difficult conversation to have, man. Did not bring back any related cosmetics. Did not mention it once. Did not acknowledge their own birthday. Collabed with a homophobic transphobe. I don't know who they're talking about, the collaboration. Used a song made by a literal Nazi. I don't know what they're talking about with this person either. What the hell happened? Sorry. I can't really relate to this post. I don't know who he's talking about, but let's continue on over to Emmanuel over here. I don't really understand why they didn't celebrate it this year. Just putting out the cosmetics in the shop and making a post would have been enough. If I had to guess, it's probably because of Fortnitemares, since that seems pretty big. But that was before Fortnitemares, wasn't it? Yeah, it was like the start of this week. I personally don't celebrate it, so I don't really mind them not bringing back this event, but that's just me, and I understand why people are upset, especially since it's such an easy thing to do. It really is. They already have a bunch of cosmetics. I don't even think they need to make new ones. But then again, I could also see them putting out a bunch. I could see them just putting out every Rainbow Royale cosmetic over there in this shop. Hey, everybody get this for free. And then people going, oh my god, does Epic Games think so little of us that we can't, they're not even going to make a new emote and think that this is good enough? I could see that conversation coming about too. I just wish I don't know. I wonder if Epic Games purposely ignored it, or if it's just something that kind of slipped their mind, like they don't like put much effort into the holiday events and stuff anymore. Coolio had this to say. Lovely to see Fortnite just mysteriously stop supporting us as soon as he got into off. Yeah, this is a conversation that you're seeing a lot. I struggle to see like why Epic Games would see somebody getting into power and going, oh great, we don't need to do Rainbow Royale anymore, you know. But I understand there's a little bit of a deeper conversation to have there. It's a weird one, man, and I'm sorry that I'm being so like iffy with my wording over here, okay? I have a strong distaste towards pandering to any identity group and find it divisive and exclusionary. Ooh, I prefer they just make fun things that everyone can enjoy instead of trying to prop up one group over another. You know what? This is definitely a conversation to be had right there. I find it divisive and exclusionary. Divisive is one thing that definitely happens. But then again, I know that everybody's just gonna start talking more. It's like there's nothing wrong with celebrating people. It's just we're gonna leave it at that, okay? Disappointed but not surprised. Epic seems to be cutting back on events, showing less care for representation. Corporate priorities. Looks like Epic prefers collabs and profit over community events like Rainbow Royale. Also, the community can just make themselves the UEFN map. Yeah, that'd be cool if somebody did that, but this is what it all boils down to, man. Looks like Epic prefers collabs and profit over community events like Rainbow Royale. Like every other company ever. Like, it's just not shocking to me that any of this is happening, guys. I think it's a shame they haven't done it this year, but at the same time, it's not a requirement that they do it. People who think that Epic Games as a company is homophobic and transphobic because they missed a year need to take a chill pill. It's not that deep. One thing that I don't believe is that Epic Games is just like, hey, fuck these people. I don't believe that's the case. They just maybe didn't think it was important. And whether you think it's important or not is a conversation, like, it's fine to have that conversation. I just don't think that Epic Games is, like, looking like, screw these guys, you know? I don't think that was the mindset at all. Lane had this to say, I'm not saying this because America's becoming rapidly more fascist, but I'm saying that actually, that's exactly what I'm saying. They only did Rainbow Royale in years where Trump wasn't president. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I could expand on these topics a little bit more, but we get way too dicey when it comes to like actually talking about, you know, the power at B right now. I'm not gonna open up about that one, to be honest with you. I'm glad Rainbow Royale is canceled. I was tired of getting gifted the gay cosmetics. Oh yeah, that's what people were doing. I forgot about that. Yeah, people were freaking out about that. I forgot about that. Oh my god. Hey, give me all the gay cosmetics. I like the more cosmetics. Me personally, I'm kind of tired of having to deal with harassment, the everyday erasure of my identity, and hope that my favorite game would continue the trend of showing support for us. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize there was a little bit more at the bottom. It's very telling when your biggest concern isn't being called a pedophile or a groomer based on nothing but your identity, being verbally or physically attacked, being unable to express yourself with family and friends, but it's being gifted small cosmetics in a virtual game. See, that's I feel like a lot of this is a conversation that's like not really fitting of Rainbow Royale, but I guess like it kind of is at the same time based on what Rainbow Royale ended up representing. And if anybody could shed some light in the comments, I would appreciate it, because I'm asking a genuine question over here. Do people really believe, and I'm saying this like with all the compassion in the world out of my heart, okay? I'm legitimately like asking a question over here. When people say things like, I hope that my favorite game would continue their trend of showing support for us, do they really believe that Epic Games is like, hey guys, we acknowledge you. We think you're great. And it's not just like, here you go. Like, it's a $1 billion company. And I know I hate to use that argument because I think people use that argument in bad faith a lot, but I just struggle to see how you can see it any other way, to be honest with you. But, you know, maybe, like, I don't know. Maybe people are just happy with the cosmetics. I don't know. It's a difficult conversation to have. And again, I ask that you guys, you know, be adults in the comment section. Don't assume anything about me. I'm trying to be as unproblematic as possible this entire thing. So why don't you check out this video on screen? YouTube thinks you'll like it the best. I'd love to have you over there. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.